Welcome back to Whim's Wonders. Continuing our series, Shadows of Evidence, we turn to Oklahoma, where forensic fraud's severe consequences are starkly highlighted. This episode examines Joyce Gilchrist's troubling legacy at the Oklahoma City Police Department, where her scandalous conduct led to the exoneration of the wrongfully convicted and, tragically, potential wrongful executions. Her actions not only challenged the integrity of forensic evidence but also shook the foundations of the criminal justice system, spotlighting the urgent need for accountability and reform in forensic practices. Joyce Gilchrist, a forensic chemist for the Oklahoma City Police Department, served from 1980 until her dismissal in 2001. During her 21-year career, she became a key figure in criminal investigations, especially in cases requiring hair and fiber analysis. Her work, crucial in numerous high-stakes cases, often tipped the scales in trials, including those involving the death penalty. In addition to hair and fiber analysis, her forensic responsibilities included sperm, blood, and body fluid testing. Gilchrist's strong ties with prosecutors and law enforcement cemented her as a trusted authority. However, beneath her professional success was a troubling pattern of misconduct that, when exposed, destabilized the convictions she helped secure, casting long-lasting doubts on their integrity. Forensic science holds a critical position in the judicial system, where it bridges the gap between scientific evidence and legal outcomes. In the era of Joyce Gilchrist, hair and fiber analysis were among the cornerstone techniques used to tie suspects to crime scenes. These methods involve detailed examination of hair and fiber samples to determine characteristics such as pigment distribution and scale patterns. Gilchrist's role primarily focused on microscopic hair comparison and fiber analysis, which purportedly could identify unique physical characteristics from microscopic traces. This technique required careful scrutiny of hair samples to compare characteristics such as color, length, texture, and microscopic patterns. Analysts like Gilchrist would often use comparison microscopes to look for matches between evidence hairs and samples from known sources. Such evidence was used to assert connections between a suspect and a criminal act, often with weighty implications. However, the scientific community has debated the reliability of these techniques, highlighting the risks of subjective interpretation and potential for error. Oklahoma, where Gilchrist worked, is known for its high rate of capital punishment, significantly influenced by cases prosecuted during her tenure. District Attorney Bob Macy, dubbed Cowboy Bob, was notorious for his aggressive pursuit of the death penalty, often relying on Gilchrist's forensic testimony. Gilchrist, known as Black Magic for her purported ability to identify matches in hair and fiber evidence that other experts could not, was instrumental in securing many convictions. Under Macy, 54 individuals were sentenced to death row, with 23 of these death sentences relying on Gilchrist's testimony. This extensive reliance on her expertise, which later proved to be flawed or misrepresented, highlights a disturbing era of criminal justice heavily dependent on questionable forensic practices. Joyce Gilchrist's tenure at the Oklahoma City Police Department spanned over 2 decades, during which her role as a forensic chemist was mired in controversy. She was involved in over 1,000 cases and became notorious for manipulating forensic evidence, a reputation that prosecutors and law enforcement likely exploited to secure wrongful convictions. Her techniques included overstating the certainty of hair and fiber matches, despite recurrent doubts among colleagues and defense attorneys, as well as mishandling other forms of forensic evidence such as sperm, blood, and bodily fluids. The unraveling of Gilchrist's misconduct gained momentum in 1999 after serious flaws were highlighted by federal judge Ralph Thompson during the trial of Alfred Bryan Mitchell. In this case, Gilchrist provided false testimony regarding sperm and blood evidence, misleading the jury and withholding exculpatory evidence. Despite the FBI's DNA testing that excluded Mitchell as the source of the sperm, a crucial piece of evidence was concealed at trial. As a result, Judge Thompson later overturned Mitchell's sexual assault-related convictions, but the murder conviction remained. Despite long-standing suspicions and previous complaints from her peers, including a complaint lodged in 1987 by John Wilson, a forensic scientist from another state, which received no action, it wasn't until an FBI investigation in 2001 that her conduct was thoroughly investigated. This investigation unearthed a history of professional misconduct, including evidence tampering, deleting test results, and providing testimony beyond scientific support, leading to a re-examination of her cases and the overturning of at least 11 convictions based on her compromised evidence, as identified by the Innocence Project. Gilchrist's unchecked operation for years highlights a systemic failure within the criminal justice system, heavily influenced by her close relationship with prosecutors and the passive acquiescence of law enforcement officials. Her career not only reflects her own culpability but also the broader systemic issues of a justice system that too often favored prosecutorial success over scientific integrity and fairness. The repercussions of Joyce Gilchrist's forensic malpractices were profound and far-reaching, leading to the review and reversal of numerous convictions. Exonerees like Curtis McCarty, Robert Miller, Jeffrey Pierce, David Bryson, and Johnny Edward Tallbear, who became the first Native person exonerated by DNA evidence in the U.S., owe their freedom in part to the staunch advocacy of organizations like the Innocence Project. Tragically, the consequences were irreversible for individuals such as Malcolm Rent Johnson and Bigler Stouffer, who were executed despite serious doubts about the forensic evidence used in their cases. These cases not only highlight the devastating personal toll of forensic fraud, but also underscore the urgent need for integrity and accountability in forensic practices. The fallout from Joyce Gilchrist's controversial career led to her dismissal from the Oklahoma City Police Department in 2001, amidst allegations of falsifying evidence in numerous cases. This scandal not only spotlighted deficiencies in forensic oversight but also triggered sweeping reviews and reforms. Following her dismissal, Gilchrist faced multiple lawsuits from those wrongfully convicted due to her actions, though she was never criminally charged. She also lost her professional licenses and certifications, marking a significant professional downfall. In response to the scandal, Oklahoma and other states scrutinized their forensic departments more rigorously. These jurisdictions implemented enhanced protocols such as mandatory peer reviews, regular audits, and improved training for forensic analysts to ensure accuracy and accountability in forensic reporting. Additionally, the establishment of Project Justice aimed at utilizing DNA technology to re-examine old cases, ensuring no innocent individuals remained incarcerated due to flawed forensic practices. These efforts were designed to restore public trust and enhance the reliability of forensic evidence in the criminal justice system. The case of Joyce Gilchrist starkly illustrates the profound impact forensic malpractice can have on the lives of the accused and the integrity of judicial system. Her story is a grave reminder of the immense responsibility held by those in forensic science. Gilchrist's misconduct, much like that of Fred Zane, took place during an era when forensic practices were less reliable and more susceptible to manipulation, highlighting systemic vulnerabilities. As we conclude this episode, consider how advancements like DNA analysis have begun to rectify past injustices by revisiting cold cases with new, more reliable methods. Yet, challenges remain. Join us next time as we explore the case of Yvonne Woods, where even the most robust forensic tools like DNA analysis can be manipulated, further complicating the pursuit of justice and challenging our trust in the pillars of justice. What are your thoughts on the implications of forensic misconduct? Please subscribe and join us as we reveal more hidden aspects of forensic science in the shadows of evidence.